You should never put your full trust in any sellers. And here's why. It's important to always remember that people act in their own self-interest, and the sellers are trying to get the highest price for their assets, whether it's real estate or a business that they can close with. Now, if you're a buyer, you need to be on guard and doing your due diligence, meaning you're diving into the data, the information, anything that the seller is telling you is true. Trust, but always verify. The biggest mistake that buyers make is not doing their due diligence on the front end. It is so often that buyers believe what the sellers have to say, don't dig in to verify facts, statements, and information, and just move forward with the purchase, oftentimes because they don't want to lose out on the pursuit costs. It always costs money to investigate, do a proper suitability, hire the accountants, hire the attorneys to make sure that you're actually getting what you're buying. And this is why you always need to have a great attorney involved that has done these acquisitions hundreds of times so they know what to watch out for to ensure that you're protected. 4 quick ways that sellers can truly screw you over. Number 1, lying. Trust but verify any information that sellers are providing to you, because let's be honest, they're not under any sort of court decree and they can give you false information. Even if you ultimately prove it false, you're going to need to go to court for any collection. Number 2, buy gotchas within the purchase documents. Now, as an attorney, we're often going back and forth with sellers, and it's our job to watch out for those gotchas within documents that give the sellers way more power over the terms and the process of the transaction than's normally allowed. A great reason why you need to make sure you have a good attorney on your side. Number 3, sellers can fail to disclose actually what's going on with the asset. If it's real estate, what's going on with the tenants, or if there's problems on the horizons that maybe haven't hit yet, but are on their way. This is a huge reason why you need to make sure to be doing your due diligence, not just on what the sellers provide, but on the asset and the surrounding circumstances, the geography, the track record of repairs if you're buying a vehicle or other mechanical asset, and just making sure that you know what you're getting into at all times. And number 4, oftentimes there can be sellers loan to own, where a seller offers a carryback financing, which seems amazing. Turns out you don't need to go to a bank to get a loan. But sometimes those terms are so onerous, interest rates so high, or they have the right, if you don't make a payment, to take the asset back without notice or going through proper foreclosure processes. These are ways that sellers, and it happens all the time, can sell an asset repeatedly when they just keep taking it back. All right, here's how to avoid some of the most common pitfalls that buyers make. And really, it comes down to doing your due diligence, your investigations before you actually close on whether it's real estate, a business, or some other asset. It's on you, the buyer, to confirm that anything that the seller has provided to you is true. Also, making sure that you look at the surrounding circumstances. As an example, if you're buying a piece of real estate, have there been other developments or law changes, HOA changes, that really make the real estate not useful for whatever your goals are? And another huge mistake that buyers make is simply trusting the sellers. Remember that they are not on your team. The sellers are not on your side. They have their interest of the highest sale price possible that is directly opposed to your interest of the lowest price possible. So always remember to trust, but always verify. Buyer's remorse is a real issue, and it happens after you acquire an asset, without, well, really doing your due diligence, and now after the fact, regretting that you went through with the purchase. The solution here is doing your due diligence in the front end, all of your research, investigations, bringing in the accountants, and also the attorneys to make sure that your due diligence, suitability, and what you're buying is actually what you expect. If you're buying anything, the biggest thing for you to remember is to take your time reviewing whatever documents are being asked of you to sign or any information that's getting provided to you about the asset. Do your own due diligence. Do your research on the assets and hire an attorney to make sure that you're not being asked to sign anything that can cause you more problems than profits.